There we go. Okay, so that's what it was. You guys could not hear me. Okay, I fixed it. That means in the intro part, the beginning of this is going to seem like straight silence because I forgot to add the one with the audio. I always forget that you have, even though I have the video off, I have to add that one to the stage so you guys could not hear me. Okay, awesome. Let's try this again. Yeah, I know you guys can hear me over on TikTok, but I wasn't sure about Facebook and YouTube. They can hear me now and see now. Yeah, now we're going. Okay, cool beans. If you have gotten to this part within the playback, within the playback, my apologies. But thank you for sticking around, even though you could not hear me. Thank you for sticking around because I didn't realize that I did not add myself to the feed, so you guys could not hear me. Okay. So I'm going to forget it. I'm not going to go back to all of the other things that I said in the beginning. We're going to start here. All right. So welcome, welcome, welcome. I am Shakia from HS Inc. 365. I'm known as the Professor. And I have been teaching creators and crafters for the past 10 years on all things design, paper crafting, print and cut, sublimation, DTF, Silhouette Studio, the Cameo machines, business, marketing, social media, all the things. Okay. I have been within the creative industry and just like designing and things like that for 26 years. When I took my first graphic designing class 26 years ago. And so I've just been sharing my knowledge with my community for nearly a decade. Okay. We are going to talk about DTF today. So when I kept saying it, I'm like, okay, does anyone hear me? I asked the question, who here has done, who's already utilizing DTF? So I'm going to put this as a question as a comment as well. Okay, so who has started using DTF? Who is in the research phase of DTF? And then lastly, who does not know anything about DTF? All right. So there we go. We're going to leave that on the screen. Okay. So, who has already started using DTF? Let me know in the chat who is considering DTF and in the research phase of it all. Let me know in the chat if you are in research. And who here does not know anything about DTF? All right. So I use DTF. Hello, hello. And I was showing before all of these. So I did say hello to you guys. You didn't hear my voice, but Carol, Jane, Michelle, Ashley, Kim, Arlene, Kania, Tabitha, Christy, Rala. Hello. Thank you guys. Thank you for watching, Ms. Dawson. I think I did yours already at the top. All right, so there we go. So I did say hello. Let's see. And okay, so I am doing it. I want to learn about DTF, considering and in the research phase. I am in the research phase. I brought everything, including electric white ink stirrers to convert my 8. Okay, so you're trying to convert. Have you tried DTF transfers already? So is it that you've used DTF transfers and now you want to convert, or are you going straight to conversion and you have not tried DTF transfers yet? And then actually, that's another question, right? So I guess if I say DTF, how many of you guys are using it but purchasing transfers? And how many of you guys are considering getting a printer, whether you are going to do the conversion yourself or you're going to purchase an actual DTF printer? Let's see. Never used it, but would love to. Okay. I use it. I've ordered before, but I need more help. Okay. I have used DTF transfers that I brought. I also tried the DTF hack. What were your thoughts and feelings on the DTF hack? Hello, hello, hello. Incredible greetings. I'm going to put this back on the screen for those who are coming in. So someone over here says, researching, considering getting a printer. Let's see here. Hey, hey, hey. Sorry, you guys are moving. Every time I move the chat, it goes to shaking. All right. Considering purchasing transfers, scared of the health concerns, still researching. Oh, that's a good one. As far as like health concerns. Used it before and considering purchasing a printer, thinking of getting a DTF printer or converting. I've ordered transfers, not interested in getting a printer presently. Neither am I. I have purchased some. I've purchased transfers. Don't plan printing them myself ever. I hated the DTF hack. It never worked well for me and nearly broke my 8550 printer. Okay. All right. Okay, so I have a question for you guys, right? If you have ordered transfers, so let's do it like this. I'm going to put it in the comment again. All right. So I think that kind of keeps you guys. You get to read it. If you're coming in, I haven't repeated, you don't know what the question is. I'm going to start writing them in the chat. All right. So if you have used transfers, were they pre-designed by the vendor, or did you submit your own designs? All right. Oh, it says 5, but it's supposed to say it. Okay, it's supposed to say if. My Wi-Fi went crazy. So if you've used transfers, were they pre-designed by the vendor or did you submit your own designs? Okay, let's see here. I have only pressed a couple pre-designs that I purchased. I would love to learn how to set up and submit my own designs to be printed as transfers. I use DTF transfers and I love it. I would love to get a machine, but too much maintenance. I love the hack. It worked great for me. I purchased the prints. Hey, 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 that's my city girl, period. My transfers were already designed by the vendor. Yeah, I knew I lost sound. Actually, my whole screen went black. I submit my own designs. I've used screen print and DTF. I submitted my own designs on all occasion. I submitted my own designs. I ordered DTF transfers often, my own designs, submitted my own. I used pre-designed transfers from a vendor. I submitted my designs, both, okay? Submitted my own. I've done both pre and submitted my own designs. Okay, so I tried the submission hack, didn't like it. I don't like it either. So for those of you who have submitted your own designs, okay, so this is for, I've done both successfully. So for those of you who have submitted your own designs, okay, so if you submitted your own designs, did you design and fill in the colors? Why I keep saying fi instead of if? Okay, so next question. If you submitted your own designs, did you design and fill in the colors? Or was it like you purchased a PNG from somewhere and you just needed them resized? Because, you know, on Etsy, they'll sell it, even like designs that are, I say personalized, but they have like titles. So like mom of the birthday boy, mom of the birthday girl. You know, people will buy pre-made designs for girls' trips and cruises. Did you guys just purchase a design from somewhere, download it, resize it, and submit it for DTF prints? Or how many of you guys have actually designed and filled things in with color, put with your own colors? I haven't tried DTF prints yet. I've also purchased pre-made. So you've designed in Silhouette Studio. Created a design in Silhouette Studio. Yes, and put my own colors. I designed myself in Photoshop and Silhouette Studio. I've designed and filled with color, but always willing to learn. I've done many where I filled in with colors. I've purchased and designed in Silhouette Studio. I designed and sold a file and she printed it by a DTF printer. So for those of you guys who have designed your own files, you filled in the colors and you submitted them, especially my folk who have designed in Silhouette Studio. I think I saw a few people that design in Photoshop. When you are designing in Photoshop, what color mode are you creating your designs in? But for those of you who have designed via Silhouette Studio and filled in with your colors, have you ever run into the issue that some of your colors are a little bit different or off from the way that you saw them on your screen when you get your DTF prints back? All right. Let's see. I designed in Silhouette, always use color codes. Okay. Perfect. Somebody after my own heart. I wonder where you learned that. Well, I'm not saying you learned it from. You may have or may not have, but I've talked about it a lot. We're going to talk about it today. Yes, in Silhouette. Yes, colors not matching always. Okay. I designed hers in Canva, no issue with colors, but I've seen issue with RGB of what the screen shows versus CMYK. Okay. Yes, just experienced this, but use two different vendors, but the same design and the colors are off. Okay. No, I haven't had that issue because I pull in the colors I want to use, and you taught me not to use Silhouette colors. My colors are always spot on because I ensure they are downloaded in CMYK always. But what program are you designing in? Yes, my royal blue turns blue. Ooh, and this is one of the main things we're going to talk about today. Those pesky blues, royal blues, certain teal colors, things like that. Only when I switch from RGB to CMYK. She says, now you know I learned that from you. You know, I had to be sure I don't want to seem too cocky or nothing like that. So, you know, I'm like, maybe you didn't learn that from me, but you know, I don't want to seem too cocky about it. No, but I did notice an outline around my images. Ooh, never designed for DTF, but curious how it works. I always use your color charts. Okay, so I'm not going to do this one via a DTF, but this was a good example of DTF and the color shifts that you can experience when doing DTF. Okay, I'm actually going to do I'm probably going to do sublimation to glitter for this one because it's kind of like last minute, and I don't believe I have any HTV, printable HTV to use in my rolling, and they need it for Monday. And Florida Flex is now closed, so I cannot go there because I had a late start. So I'm not say probably. I am definitely going to end up having to do this with sublimation to either glitter, and I have a little bit of twill left, so it's going to be one of those sublimation to HTV type processes. But for DTF, I was designing this, and a few people have expressed some interest in wanting this design. And I was like, I have to make sure that, for everyone, it's going to come out right, because I don't know how someone will use it. They might decide to use it with a DTF. So I did think about that in the beginning. As someone who considers themselves a great designer, designing is a lot more than just putting the design together, selecting colors and things of that nature. If you are going to be a designer, you want to get into this world of digital downloads, right? You want to be someone that's selling files and get to the digital bag and all of these, lovely things that people talk about. You have a responsibility to really understand your designs and how you're designing them, and kind of forward think on how someone may use it. This is why some people will label their designs sublimation, DTF, Like they'll put, or, it's like for notebooks, it's for inkjet printing, because they're only testing it in one way. They're only thinking about using it one way, so that someone can't come back and say, hey, I got this file and I tried to use it for DTF, but all my colors are wrong. And they can easily say, well, it was made for sublimation. Because when we are doing something like sublimation, when we're printing to our Epson printers, our Canon printers, we can, really apply those RGB values and it will come out like it is on screen. But when it comes to DTF, if you did not know, they are unable to print in an RGB format. Because of the way the RIP software is, it has to have basically like that coding for CMYK. I've experienced firsthand. So I've gone in and I've gone to an actual DTF shop here in Fort Lauderdale. I Love It Customs. If you're in the local area, and I do believe they also ship out, so do a search for I Love It, LOVETT, customs. Yes, try both ways. I forget which way it is, but we went through this whole thing. So I'm like, I'm grateful for them because they allowed me to kind of not say waste, because it was helpful for them as well. So I come in with all these questions about, okay, how does it print? Do this, do that, or whatever. If you submit it with RGB, does it change the color? Does it do this? Does it do that? So I went through all of this, like different trainings and just different testings in their shop, right? And I came to a couple different conclusions, which I'm going to talk about Monday when I did that. I've been holding on to this information for a while because I went there a long time ago. I probably need to go and do another visit up there. But there's a lot of like little things that I found out just watching the process and just fully understanding the process. And one of them is how they have to bring that file into their RIP software. So when you submit files to them, they automatically take it into Photoshop anyway, because they have to make sure that it is CMYK, right? So I'm going to go over here to my Photoshop. Okay. Right now, like when I went and brought this file in, it comes in an RGB color mode. Okay. RGB color mode. If I come up here to image and I go mode and I adjust this, Now, this particular design, you may or may not. Ooh, hold on. I need a charger. Please hold. Jeremiah, can you bring my charger out of my bed? Out of my room, please? Thanks. I know you're playing a game. I'm sorry, son. But when I was designing this, I know the problem colors because I like fully researched that. I do a lot of testing. I have my color chart. So I already know when I compared. So I had I Love It Customs. I had Florida Flex, and I had Urban Prints print out my color charts. When I got that color chart back and I compared it to my Sublimation color chart, when I compared it to my Roland printer, my color chart from my Roland printer, when I compared it to my color charts from my Epson Workforce 7720, I noticed a lot of the colors were different. Same color codes, but they look totally different. And I didn't understand why. Until the great folks at I Love It Customs, broke it down and said they have to change it to CMYK. All right. And it was like, oh, it was like a light bulb moment because I had submitted some things and they were a tealish color. When I got the DTF Prints back, because this was from Florida Flex. Now, them, I can't really go into their facility and, ask all these questions. But I ordered some prints, like when they first, DTF was like on the rise. I wanted to try it out to see if it would make my life a little bit easier. So I ordered these prints, and the blues and the tealish colors, they came out like a light blue. I did it again, like for some other stuff, and it was like a purplish color, and it came out all wrong. And I didn't understand what was going on with that. Then I ordered some prints for a PTA for a middle school. I actually ordered them from 2 different companies. Same image, same file, different colors. Okay, something got to be going on here. Why are they so different, right? Then I did more research, and I started ordering prints randomly from different companies. And then I would ask questions as far as like which printers they use, which RIP software they use, ink. Now I let them know, like, I'm just one that educates. So I'm not looking to really get into it like that. I educate people on them, and some were free with information, some were not. But I gathered all of this information for such a time as this to really, just compile it and put it in one of my trainings for DTF. Everyone shows you all the great things and all the benefits. Oh, you can avoid weeding. It's so easy. You just press it for 7 seconds. You can do full colors, and it's just so easy. But they don't tell you about the back end stuff, all of the real truths behind DTF. You're going to save money, and, it's less expensive. Not always the case, depending on how you're ordering them, right? It makes it easier to price out your products. Not the case. That price varies all the time, depending on sizes of your images. So I'm like, everybody's talking about the good stuff. I want you to know the real, like the real stuff, damn, I wish I knew that. Like, I don't want you to have that moment. I want to try and help you avoid that. Damn, I wish I knew that moment. So when I was designing this, not sure if you guys can tell. So like the colors that I chose, I'm gonna just break this down just so you understand how my mind as a designer works, right? So trying to figure out what colors to kind of include in this. So the it is anxiety. It's his face and his hair. Okay is the face and the hair. 2, it's the face and the hair of sadness. Feel is the face and the hair. So you see the pattern going on here, right? It's the face is the letters, the hair is the outline, right? If we go to all, it is the face and the eyebrows, because he doesn't have any hair, of fear. The is the face and the hair of envy. Feels, there was really no hair for anger. So I just kind of did some of, I think it was like his suit or whatever. So it's like the face and another element of anger. I knew only still had 7 words. It's 9 emotions. So why choose those? Couple of reasons. When it comes to joy, 1, her, it's the blue, right? I wanted to where, you know, her blue hair is iconic in the way that it looks, right? The color of it. But if I have that in letters, those stand out. If it's just her hair, it's not that bad. So I end up using like little accent pieces. I end up not even using her hair color anywhere. But then on We, that was another one. Okay. The purple, I already used purple for Fear, so I didn't want to do a lot of purple. And that darker purple can come out a little funky. So I did play around with that color a little bit so that it was slightly different. So for me, I'm thinking about all of these things. So then when it came to all the little stars, I only used, since I couldn't really use Joy's hair, I didn't use Ennui's hair, and I just used their face for the stars. That is how deep I go into thinking about designs, because it's more than just how you arrange it, the fonts that you choose, the sizing, stuff like that. You have to think, well, a good designer thinks about all of these things. And one of the reasons why I chose not to make Joy's hair a big part of it is I don't know how someone would use this file if I was to sell it, right? I'm going to go to CMYK. Watch Joy's hair. See how it changed? On the Ennui, whatever, that one was changing too, and I had to make some adjustments to that. But do you see how her hair changed? So I'm going to undo. Okay. And then I'm going to adjust to CMYK. Now on TikTok, you may not see it as much because of the way the phone is. So you may not see it as much. I'm going to try and zoom in for you to see that change. So it doesn't show as much on the phone. And that kind of goes back to one of the things I talk about all the time too, is your colors depend on the monitor that you are looking at it through. Your phone, if you're somebody that's going to print out things, your phone is not a good it's not a good source. Look at it on some sort of monitor. Your phone is it's compact. It has a lot of backlight behind it, and colors will appear brighter than they really are when it comes to your phone. So I know some of you guys love Canva and designing in that, but you are going to be in for a shock and a rude awakening if you're only looking at you're designing it through your phone and your tablet, you're saving it and you're creating your gang sheets and you're creating your files. You submit them, you get them back, and you're like, wait a minute, it doesn't look like this on my phone. Your phone has a lot of backlight to it. So colors will appear brighter than they really are. Okay. So that was like one of the main things. I'm like, if her hair's a little bit off, like it's okay. But I don't want it to be like that off color all over, because I'm never going to be able to get that tone, that shade of blue, because that blue is how can I say? I don't say it's like made up of, but it's like it's a lot of light to it that really gives it that color. Okay. And I'm gonna demonstrate that to you. I know over on TikTok, you guys won't be able to maybe okay, I'm gonna try and tell you, you're not gonna be able to see it. But for you guys that are on Facebook and YouTube, do you see this color right here? Let me know if y'all can see this color right here. So while you guys are answering that, let me know if you can see that. I'm going to come back over here. Let's see. Didn't know you have color codes. Where can I get a chart? Everything is always on our website, shop.hsinc365.com. Experienced the outline because I saved as a PNG from Silhouette, but I learned from you to save as a PDF. I use Adobe and Canva. I use Illustrator, Canva, Silhouette Studio. Hello, hello, hello. Thank you so much. Yep, I have one for skin tones as well. So DTF should be in CMYK, not RGB. Even if you design it in RGB, they are going to convert it to CMYK. So you don't technically have to do it, like change it to CMYK to submit it to them, because they are going to do it no matter what. When they open your file, so I'll show you here, file, open. I'm going to open up this file. And when you go to open it up, it gives you an option and it says, are you opening up in RGB or if you want to do CMYK? They're going to immediately do CMYK no matter what. And it's going to come in that color. You don't see it as that bright blue anymore. Let's see. This recently happened to me when I was trying to print Miami Dolphins image for my uncle. It printed differently through Silhouette Studio. In the end, I printed from Word and the teal color was perfect, but not in Silhouette Studio. Okay. With DTF, you must also know the type of powder they use. Less expensive prices may mean less expensive powder. The life and flexibility of your print depends on the quality of the DTF powder used. That one is, I mean, relative. No, I'll say like the average person isn't going to research different brands of powders. And a lot of these are third party and they're like vendors from overseas. You really won't know that until you kind of test it. So I recommend just testing. And, you know, and somebody can change powders, you know, if their powder is sold out and this and the third. So that one is one of the ones that's kind of, that's a variable that's really hard to control. All right. So let me go back over here, make sure I'm not missing anything. Make sure I haven't missed any questions or things like that over here. Okay. So what I want to show now is that color, right? So you can see this over here. I'm going to select this color here. I'm going to use my brush. This is the blue. Do y'all see how bright this blue is right here? But do you see what's brushing in? Do y'all see that? So your colors don't change when the vendor opens up the file. Wait. So it should be CMYK, but you have to have a certain program to save it that way. Silhouette Studio, you're never going to be able to save it as CMYK. So I'm going to go and choose another blue. Well, let me undo because I want my, Okay, there we go. So I'm going to choose, let's go with, well, no, not that one. Let's go with here. I'm never going to get those royal blue tones. So it doesn't matter how bright I go. I'm never going to get royal blue tones. Even that blue, it comes out a little bit darker than it is here. Now, as I get to the darker ones, then those blues, I can get those blues, but those really bright ones, we cannot. Okay. And there are some other tones as well that will not give you like certain shades. So you see this purple, it is really, really bright over here. And if I pull this like right here, you're going to see the color that's here and the color that's there, two totally different colors. They are totally, totally different. So certain color ranges you are not going to be able to accomplish. This is why color charts are so important, guys. It is so, so important. Even if you're not going to use a program that allows you to switch to CMYK mode. If you are using, like I said, Photoshop, you can use Photopea. I'm going to show you guys Photopea. Photopea is absolutely free. If you're not going to use a program like that or Illustrator, just what is it? Well, Inkscape, Corel Draw, Affinity Designer, Affinity Photo. All those programs allow you to switch to like toggle between CMYK and RGB, to where you will be able to see relatively how it will come out once they switch it to CMYK mode. Now, with what you see on your screen, you might still get a different result because ink makes a big difference, with these companies as well. So in like the settings that they use, but for the most part, you'll kind of have a better idea of how those colors are going to come out. This is a very, very, very critical part. If you are not going to, if you don't have access to a program, you're not ready to learn a different program from what you currently use, I highly recommend that you go over to our website, shop.hsink365.com. You click on Essentials. You go down to the printable color charts. There are colors that have color codes on them. And then there is also a just like reference chart, which I'll show you guys over here. I'll go like this, library, and I will open up my color charts. All right. You can shrink this, well, you can blow it up, shrink it down. You don't have to have it printed to your full 21 or 22 inches wide because it's huge. You can definitely shrink it down some and have it printed out. I have sent this to every single printer that I use. If I'm outsourcing, in every single printer that I have in shop, I have printed out color charts on because every printer gives you different results. The color chart's only what, I think $8, and it's going to save you a bunch of headaches with sublimation, with your prints, with just your with your inkjet print. If you're doing party favors, if you're doing DTF, if you're doing UV DTF, except for screen print. Screen print is spot color. They have pre-made colors. If you're doing Pantone matches, that's something different. But anything like regular printers, laser printers, definitely have this printed out with laser. You will see how different laser printing is and their colors from inkjet printing, whether it's dye ink or pigment ink. Oh, baby, it is very much so different. Anything that I use print-wise, I am printing out I'm printing out a color chart with it on every single media. From my, let's say, for example, my pigment ink printer. I printed it out on my glossy, like just regular glossy paper. All of the different brands that I have, that's one of the first prints that I print out when I get like a new paper is my color charts. So if it's a glossy paper, if it's a matte paper, if it's a luster paper, if it's a satin paper, all of my adhesive or sticker sheets, glossy, satin, matte, I print it out. My Jet Pro 3G, I printed it out. When it comes to sublimation, I print it out. I have it on actual, like just white fabric, whether it's a shirt, if it's felt. I've printed on color felt. I have a whole video showing what it looks like on colors because you'll use felt sheets. I've printed it out and subbed it to a tumbler so that I see it on hard, glossy substrates. I sublimated it to my glitter cardstock. That serves as my reference if I'm doing anything on glitter cardstock or if I'm doing anything where I'm subbing to glitter HTV. From my rolling printer, I have it on my adhesive vinyl, my glossy adhesive vinyl, my matte adhesive vinyl. I have it on my Caesar Color Print PU. I mean, not PU, Caesar Color Print Easy. I didn't do the PU, but I did do my my one with my color block, the one for polyester, because it's lighter. I sent it to the 3 companies that I get larger like banner prints and poster prints from. I sent it to 3 DTF printers. So when I tell you I'm so serious about color charts, because I don't want that moment of what the just happened. Or, especially if it's for a client. Color charts are so, so important. And you will be able to look at that. It might look different on your screen. Don't get me wrong. Depending on which program you are using and depending on the quality of your monitor, it is going to look different on screen. And you can always create one that's for digital purposes, but that one for print, because you don't know the type of color profile that they are using. You want to, if you're going to outsource it, should I say, you want to print that out and use that as a reference. If you're ordering from multiple places, submit that to them, and then have like on the sheet put like the company. So when you press it to your scrap fabric, your shirt or whatever, you know exactly which company it came from. And when you are designing and you know that you're going to submit to that company, utilize that color chart. Because like I said, I sent one to same exact design, 2 different companies, and baby, the colors were night and day. They look nothing alike. And it was because of the type of ink and color profile the 2 companies used. Okay. So color charts are a must, guys. They are a must. If you do not have Photoshop, if you don't have Affinity and things like that, like the ones that you pay for, Photo P is a free web-based, kind of like Photoshop. There's going to be ads. You can pay for it so we can get rid of the ads. But Photo P, P-E-A, like the vegetable. Photo P, all one word. And you have the ability to change the mode here as well. RGB, CMYK, and you see how that color shifts. So if you want to check it, just to check your file before you build your game sheet, save it, open it up in Photopea, make sure it's in CMYK, and if you need to adjust those colors, you can. One of the things that I like about Photopea, I'm gonna say love. One of the things that I really love about Photopea is if you have Silhouette Studio. Should I share this with y'all? Or should I make y'all come, should I, have y'all come to class? Should I save this for Monday? Or should I share this gem with you guys? If you are already in Creative Lounge, let me know. Should I help them out? Because see, y'all are paying for this. Now I'm not gonna give them all. We have a whole list of things we are going to go over on Monday at 10:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. But this one little thing, should I share it with them? I'm gonna wait for y'all to if you're in Creative Lounge, I'm gonna let y'all decide. I'm gonna let them decide if y'all get this information or not. And I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna read some of these comments. Let's see. If you have saved your design as CMYK, it will not change as far as like the tones, but what you get back could still be slightly different depending on their ink and things like that. That's why it's important to order some samples or order a color chart from them beforehand so that you know how their printers print out. Yes. So it's not a matter of saving it as CMYK. You can change the mode to CMYK in Photoshop. Yes. I tried changing the color black to royal blue in Canva Silhouette. Whoever created the logo did a horrible job. In my opinion, when I try to change it, it turns into a blue square. Okay. So if someone's that's not a matter of them creating the logo horribly. That it did what it was supposed to do. That means when you brought that file in as a JPEG or a PNG, it's flattened. You're not going to be able to select any of the individual elements. So that's like if I come into like this one for Photoshop. This is all one piece. Hold on. So cancel. This is all one piece. So I would not be able to just change one part of it by clicking on it and just changing it. It would turn into a square. You have to have a program where you can utilize tools like the magic wand to select certain areas and then fill it in with color. Don't do like I'm doing on the layer. You want to be on a layer above it. So you want to create a second layer. Actually, I shouldn't have done it for any of these, really. Come on now, go back. All right, so we're just going to go revert to original. Where are you? Oh, I can't revert it. Okay, it's fine. But yeah, you want to select the original I can select here and then I can brush over it to change it if I need to. But yeah, that's going to happen. That's not the logo being made horribly. It's just that it has been flattened. It's not in layers. Photo P, PEA. If you save your image in a program where you choose CMYK, will the company still choose CMYK? If they have to, like, it's not a matter of like they're going to open it. It makes no sense for them to open it RGB. If that color mode is RGB and they do what they're supposed to do to, go and put the channel and do all that stuff and save it, it's going to not print out right when they take it over to their RIP software. So regardless of what, it has to be CMYK. So that's always going to be checked. It doesn't matter how your file is sent. They have to check CMYK in order for the RIP software to read it properly. If you're doing DTF, should you send it to a DTF company to print for you so you would see their colors? Yes, that's what I do with mine. I have mine from 3 different companies. Facts. You're always spot on. Thank you so much. Incredible afternoon to you as well. She said, join the class. Come on over to the class. Okay. So she says, I'm in the lounge, but she says to share with y'all. Then they said, save it for the lounge. Sharing is caring. Somebody here says, I'm in the lounge, but go ahead and share it. Okay. Should we share it? I'm new here. What program is this? So what's on the screen right? Oh no, this is Photoshop. Then I did show from Silhouette Studio. And I also showed Photo P. So I'm not sure which one I was on when you posted that question. But those are the 3 programs I have toggled through. I would love to get better colors with my laser printer. Everything is always on. And that's the thing though. Toner ink is different than inkjet. Totally different. Someone says, help us. Let's see. Since you're here, since we have your attention, go ahead and share. Exactly. Share. Okay. So I'll share it with you. Somebody says share. So if you have business edition, if you don't have business edition for Silhouette Studio, you were somebody told you about it. You've been using it, using the free one. You're loving it. I highly recommend going over to our website, clicking right here where it says business edition upgrade, clicking on that, going over here and getting the business edition upgrade so that you can save in different file formats. When you save as a PDF from Silhouette Studio, you saw I opened up that PDF over in Photoshop. It is 1 layer. I have to go through some things to do some things to get it over here as a Photoshop file in layers. But if you utilize Photo P, when you open it up in Photo P, so Photo P kind of sort of has like Photoshop with the little Illustrator flair, or it might be Illustrator with a little Photoshop. It's more Photoshop with the little Illustrator flair. Because if I was to open that in Illustrator, I would have all of the paths and layers. But when you open it up in Photo P, all of the layers, all of the paths, so on here it says path, but this is all of the individual sections. You would be able to click on those and move them, as well as recolor them. So you wouldn't have to use the Magic Wand selector because it's going to be in sections already. So if there was an area that once you brought it in and you switched this to CMYK and it is the wrong color, if you don't know how to use Photoshop yet, because you haven't taken my Essentials of Photoshop training, if you use Photo P, once you come in here, you can click on that and then change just that element. So you'll be able to just click on it. So that's a free major gem for you, okay, in using Photo P. All right, so someone says, I'm new to you. What's the lounge? Well, glad that you asked. So the Creative Lounge, I do a lot of trainings. We still will have different standalone trainings. We have Essentials of Silhouette Studio, where we really break down Silhouette Studio, top to bottom, understanding all of the tools and functions of Silhouette Studio. We also have like Essentials to Photoshop. We have classes for, I went to the wrong thing. We have classes for party favors, memorials. We have the study hall for the mama design. We have pricing therapy. We have classes for grad fans, just fans in general, because I tell them in the class, you can use these for any type of fans. It's just that that's popular around grad season. The grad stoles. We had creating your own SVGs. We actually redid this over the past 2 days. We've gone over this in the Creative Lounge. So you'll get access to this particular one is in the Creative Lounge, because this was done maybe 2-3 years ago. Foundations of Designing, Creative Designing Crash Course, the Face Switch Up. So we have still standalone classes. When it comes to designing, those really are separate. But what I created with the Creative Lounge is that it bridges the gap between those who like watch videos, and for some, they've taken classes with other people that I don't have. Like, it's not my specialty, so I'm not doing classes with that, but I might have some knowledge on it. They've gone to a class and said, hey, I went to a class. We just had someone, we were just talking about grants, and it was like X, Y, and Z was said or whatever. Have you had any experience with this? Has anybody else had any experience with this that you can share some insight on? So we really have conversations. So one of the main things is getting with other creators. We meet every single morning, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Once we get a little bit more engagement, I will consider an evening session, because I know the morning one doesn't work for everyone. But we have those sessions, and we just have discussions to help one another on so many different things. Thursday and Friday, or was it Wednesday and Thursday? One of those two. Maybe it was Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Conversations, so on point, like just absolutely amazing. But we also have dedicated topics every single month. I got to pull that up for you guys, though. Let me grab the calendar. Now, every month is not super, super crazy like this, but for the month of October, I went ham. This week, I literally had a class every single day this week, Monday through Friday, because on Tuesday, I had my phone board class. So I've had a class every single week. Every single day. Next week, I only got, it's kind of the same, because I have Saturday and just have Friday and Tuesday off, really. But we've had the sessions on Etsy versus a standalone website, which cutting machine best fits your needs, which design platform best fits your challenge for the breast cancer awareness rag. Yesterday and Thursday, we had the 12 ways to decorate. Really, it's 15 ways to decorate apparel. Monday, we're going over the truths of DTF and how to best use it. We have another design challenge on Wednesday. We have, are you ready for an e-commerce website on next week, Thursday. Saturday, we're going through the different platforms, Shopify, Wix, Gumroad, PayHip, Stand Store. I did a little bit of research on Squarespace, things like that. The 21st, it's low cost marketing strategies. The 22nd is actually going to probably move, because I didn't realize that's actually my phone board day, because that's 2 weeks. So that's going to be moved, and I'm not going to impressions because we're still in hurricane season. I'm not trying to get stuck. So that'll probably end up being on Friday. Just going through different designing programs, design demo. I'm going to myself, and I'm trying to get some others to come in, and we're going to show the exact same design on several programs so that you can see the steps to create. If it was the same exact design in each program, the pros and cons, the advantages, disadvantages, and things like that. We're going to go through that. That'll end up moving most likely to the 25th. And then we have the design challenge number 3, the 28th. That's the wrong That's the wrong topic. And I don't have my book in front of me. That's the wrong topic. And then we have an open lounge session. And then November, I mean, the lineup is not going to be this many days in November, but it's going to be some really, really great sessions in November. We've kind of talked about it in this month, and they've helped kind of shape how November is going to, like, what they want to learn and what they want to focus on. And that's my whole thing. I can get up here. I have 26 years of experience in this. I can get up here and I can teach you everything that I know, but it may not apply to you. You will spend more time getting information that you don't need, and it's clouding up your brain cells and clouding up your knowledge, like, and you're not getting to the things that you need for your business and where you are at. So I ask a lot of questions. I invite all of those who are in there. Talk to me about where you are. From where you, whatever point you're at, let me know what point you're trying to get to. Let me help you get to that next point, and not just throw something at you that you are not ready for. That is what the lounge is really about. It's just a great community space. We do have dedicated topics. This year, like last year, I did my design challenges separate. I've been told to not be like that and separate them. And allow others to join because they may not be able to afford the monthly subscription for Creative Lounge. But the way that I do my design challenges, they're very affordable, and they might want to pick and choose which ones they do. So if I can do it before Wednesday, I will separate the design challenges where you can buy them a la carte. It's a lot on the back end after the class is done with getting the replays and stuff uploaded. So we will see about that. But it is there's two ways that you can join. There is a monthly subscription. Well, it's not two, it's six ways that you can technically join. There is a monthly subscription that is auto renewal. The first month is $36.50. Each month after that is $25.63. And that's if you put it where it's just, it's going to automatically renew every single month. If you do the 3 months, it is $73.65. If you do the year, it's $265.63 because all of our prices have $365 in it somewhere. If you want to do month to month, it is $36.50 every single month. I know some people needed that option because they wanted to put it on like their PayPal, and you can't do subscriptions via PayPal through our Academy site. So they have to pay every single month, and remember to go in and renew every single month. You can also do that if you're like, I want to try it out for I'm willing to try it out for 3 months. You can do the auto renewal, do the 3 months and it just won't auto renew. You have to then go back. So those are the options as far as enrolling in the Creative Lounge. Let's see. Thanks for the tip. She said, show is a gem. You also show how to use Photopea. Yes. If you take our Photoshop class, we go over Photopea. If you don't have Photoshop, I do show you how to do the same things in Photopea. I brought your Silhouette Essentials a few months ago, and I haven't been able to begin watching the courses. With this purchase, do I have access to the lounge? No, you do not. They are totally separate. The lounge is definitely different. It's separate. The lounge sounds great. I want to attend. Go ahead and enroll. The link is in the description of this video. It was Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday's morning session. We were on one. You hear me? We were on it. Okay. When I purchased my classes in the beginning, I was told unlimited usage with no time limit. How do I access my classes? Because it's not the same. So any class that you have purchased, you have access to that. Now, I've never had anything where you get access to everything. So if you purchased a class before, having access to lounges and things like that, my program and my academy has never been set up that way. I don't have any membership or subscription. You're purchasing something where you have access to that. Any classes that you have purchased under our academy, all you have to do is log into the academy and go to your dashboard, and you will see those classes. That is how you access them. I will go to, I was got to make sure it doesn't show the back end. All right. So if you go to my dashboard, It's going to show you all the classes that you are enrolled in, and that is how you access them. If you purchased a class that was pre-academy and not a part of the dashboard, we sent out emails 3 years ago when we fully went academy and said, you have access to these, but you need to go download them. That's when you were sent a link when they were in the Google Drive. And if you did not download those are no longer supported. We gave you access, and your unlimited lifetime access was for you to download that. And we sent that out in several emails 3 years ago. But since we've been fully on the academy, I don't have time to kind of monitor, giving people access to those things. You would have to purchase it through the academy now. But anything that's on the academy, you have access to. You have unlimited access to watch the playbacks. Awesome. I cannot wait to see it. Someone is creating their first full-on digital product, their first guide. I'm super, super excited. And she was on it, like went right into it after we made that suggestion. So, and the first drafts of it has been, it's quite good. So I can't wait to see, the next draft, and then, of course, to get to the final. It's definitely a great opportunity for learning different things and networking with like-minded people in real time. That's the major thing. In real time, when you are able to attend the Zoom sessions, you are learning in real time. But we're going to go back to just DTF right now, because I know some people are like, we got to the end. It's like just promoting, but I'm going to promote my services. But we are going, like I said, we're going to go over almost everything that you need to know about DTF, the truths of DTF. Because some glorify it. And I'm not saying that it's a bad thing. I use DTF on a regular, okay? I use it on the regular. It's a part of my customs business, and I'm ordering DTF transfers from someone. At this time, I don't have a desire to have a printer in-house. Space-wise, maintenance-wise, keeping up with that and everything else, I just don't want to take that on right now. So I don't have a problem ordering it. But there are some downsides to ordering how I have to order them. And we're going to discuss all of those things on Monday morning, okay? But hopefully this has helped, at least with that one little part. If you, and for those who have not ordered, hopefully you won't run into that issue when it comes to color, especially if you're using programs that don't have a toggle between RGB and CMYK, and they basically operate from a RGB color mode, like Silhouette Studio, like Canva. You can't really save outside of Cricut Design Space, and doing a whole little screenshot, not the move, not the way to go. But if you're using those programs where you can't toggle, color charts are really important. And it's important for you guys to understand that DTF printers automatically changes it to CMYK mode, because it is what's required for their RIP software. So there can be some shifts in color. Depending on their printer, there can be some shifts in color as well, but we're going to discuss all of that on Monday. Okay. Hello, hello, hello. Incredible greetings. Welcome in. We are wrapping up. But if you have any questions for me, I will open the floor up for some quick Q&A as it relates to certain things for DTF. And if there are no questions, we'll close out. Okay. The floor is open. And UV DTF, the same rules don't apply, because UV, it has like, it's kind of sort of the same, but not quite, because of the, it's not a, I want to say like the coating that they put over, it's a little bit different. It's like, not saying resin, what is it that they put over? I forget, I have it written down, but it's a little bit different because you get a little bit of a shine. But anytime someone has to switch to CMYK, you're going to have those issues. You are very welcome. Last call for any questions, comments, concerns as it relates to DTF. You print on felt for what type of blanks? I mean, that's just a way to see it on, when you press to fabrics. Felt is a fabric. Felt is polyester. So when you want to know how, like if you plan to sublimate to a pink shirt, print your color charts to pink felt, and you're going to see how the colors show up. So it's just another form of fabrics. If you don't have Photoshop, can you create a gang sheet? Wait. If you don't have Photoshop, can you create a gang sheet to submit for DTF? Yes, you can. I create my gang sheets in Silhouette Studio all the time. I only create my gang sheets in Silhouette Studio. Using Photopea? Yes, you can. I have ink. We don't have cartridges right now. You are very welcome. No, you don't have to use shirts for color charts. You can use, I've shown that a few times. And see, this lets me, okay, sidebar. I actually just made a comment, not to kind of get like political, but I had just made a comment because it was like a video that I watched and they were like, oh, this person is repeating the same thing over and over and over again. I'm getting tired of hearing it. But you have to, you can't, in the things that we do, and this is an example of it. I've shown subbing to felt so many times. I've talked about subbing to felt so many times. I've talked about it in classes. I've demonstrated in classes. It's actually the thing that we do in my sublimation bootcamp, my sublimation summit, or seminar. I've talked about this so many times. But there's always going to be someone. And this is someone who's in my lounge. She's in classes with me. But maybe she missed those times where I talk about that because we can't watch every single, thing. So maybe we've missed it. And I had made a comment to that. And I'm like, you have to repeat stuff over and over and over again. Now, those who are locked in and they're following everything that you're saying, yes, to you, it's going to seem redundant because you've heard it before. That just means you don't have to listen to every single speech the person, that they have, because they're going to repeat it in different cities because maybe they have not heard their story. They haven't heard their plan or their concept of a plan. They have not heard their views on certain things. So if you're constantly watching their content and every news outlet, yes, to you it's going to seem redundant, but there's a lot of people that haven't heard it. And this is, an example of that. So give some people some grace. Give me some grace because I know I definitely repeat a lot of stuff. I go over tracing videos, seems like every single week, and people still have questions about tracing. Thank you for sharing your knowledge. Do you have a video? Yes, I do. A video for almost everything. It's on my YouTube channel. There's always a first time. There is always a first time hearing from someone. Exactly. Yep. But Silaholics Anonymous, DTF gang sheet, full video showing you how to do it. And you're in the lounge, so we're going to go over that on Monday as well. All righty. Thank you guys so very much. Until next time, have a great one. Continue to unlock your creativity. Be incredible. We look forward to seeing you guys in classes. Oh, my bad. I know what I forgot. I don't think I ever put this on screen because I went right into teaching. If you are someone that is interested in learning Silhouette Studio, I have no idea where it went. There we go. I was supposed to have this going across the screen the entire time and I forgot. But our Essentials of Silhouette Studio training is currently 50% off using the code Inside Out because I was creating all these different designs. Silhouette Studio is an amazing program, guys. You should not feel like you have to do everything from one program. One design program is not going to meet all of your needs. It can, meet a great deal of them. Even though, Photoshop, people treat it like it's the holy grail of designing. You'll have all of the so-called, I'm a professional graphic designer. Oh, that's not really designing. That's not a real program. You got to use Photoshop. I love me some Photoshop. I'm an Adobe girl. Okay, Photoshop, Illustrator, InDesign, Muse, Lightroom, like baby, Fresca. I'm a Photoshop girl. I mean, I'm an Adobe girl, fan of it. But I also know that one program doesn't fit all your needs, because if it did, Adobe would not need the millions of programs that they have if one program met all of your needs. I go back and forth for different things. Silhouette Studio, Photoshop, Illustrator, Canva, and even Microsoft Word, because I still love my word art over there. So between those, that's where a lot of my designing, and I will create something in one platform and then take it over to another to maybe finish it off. There are certain things that I only do, like when I'm designing obituaries and things like that. I only use Photoshop or certain parts in Illustrator. Back in the day, I used to use Publisher instead of Word. One program will not suffice for all of your design needs. Find some time to learn and just go through the basics. It's not that you have to master each program that you take an interest in. You don't have to be a master at it after day one, but you can start learning it. I just told someone, I'm like, even if you use this one program, this is a suggestion that I gave her in the Creative Lounge. Even if you use this one program or use this program for this one thing, be dedicated to completing this one thing in this program. It's going to get frustrated. It's going to be a new program for you. So there is going to be some frustrations with it. You're going to want to throw in the towel and go to what you are used to. But if you do that, you are not giving that program a fair chance. You are blaming it when it is you that's not giving it a fair chance. You're not getting to know the program, where things are. So don't give up on it. Try out different programs. Canva, as of right now, until they finish their merger and and I'm pretty sure something's going to come down the pipeline since they purchased and they acquired Affinity, and some of the Canva things might be available within Affinity, which is a program that you can download. But as of right now, Canva is web-based. If your computer goes out, your internet goes out, you cannot create, you cannot design. If their server is down, if they are down for maintenance, your business or your creativity, your crafting is at the mercy of when they allow that program to be available to you. Something like Silhouette Studio, it's a standalone. As long as you have power and you have your computer, you are able to design. But hey, if your computer goes out, you may need something like Canva. You may need, well, Photoshop, their mobile version ain't all that, but like the standalone program. How I created these inside out character faces. You would never be able to do that in Canva. Never, ever, ever be able to do what I did to create those faces. This was not an SVG file that I purchased. I did this on live yesterday. Now, you guys can't watch it unless you're in Creative Lounge, the playback of it. But those who were able to be on the live yesterday, they saw me make 8 out of the 9 inside out emotions in Silhouette Studio. You can't do that in Canva. So take it from me. Learn other programs, guys, especially if you're doing this for business. Do not rely on one. Do not put all of your eggs in one basket when it comes to your business as it relates to designing, okay? All right. And on that note, it's official. Have a great one. Peace.